Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, it's never enough? Kind of like you're stuck in a loop where you constantly want more, yet you never get that sense of fulfillment. You're not alone. This feeling isn't uncommon at all. Whether it's at work, in relationships, or even in our personal lives, a lot of us struggle with the sense that we haven't quite reached the finish line, even when it seems like we're doing everything right. In this video, I'm gonna break down why this happens and how you can start making enough feel like enough. Stick around because by the end, your whole perspective on achievement could change. So why does this happen? Well, a lot of it comes down to something called the arrival fallacy. But what does that mean? It's actually something that we all know about. We achieve something we think will bring us happiness, like landing a new job or buying that dream car. And for a little while, we're on top of the world. But soon enough, you've all felt it, the excitement fades, and we're back to that feeling of needing more to feel satisfied. You start looking at your next goal or the next big thing, and suddenly, that promotion at your job doesn't feel as amazing as it once did. So why does this constant craving feel so real? It's because our brains are wired to chase after the next thing, and here's why. A big reason we can't feel satisfied is the pressure society puts on us. More specifically, the internet. We're constantly bombarded with images of success, wealth, beauty, and honestly just perfection. Influencers, advertisements, and even people we know seem to just have it all, and we end up comparing our lives to theirs. I actually made a video recently where I dive deep into how comparing yourself to others can fuel this feeling of inadequacy. I just briefly touched on it here, but you can go check it out right after this video. So we're constantly told that we need more followers, more likes, more money, but when is it actually enough? Let's talk about it. Here's the thing, we're not just influenced by society. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves. The desire to achieve, to be the best, to always be improving, it can be really exhausting. When we chase perfection, it really often just leads to burnout. And when you're constantly striving for more, it's pretty easy to forget to celebrate where you are right now. There's research on perfectionism showing that people who set impossibly high standards really often struggle with satisfaction and happiness. They're so focused on the next goal that they never take time to enjoy their current achievements. I've been there myself. I was pretty set on not going to my college graduation because it's just a small step in what I want to achieve in my life. I was so focused on my next goal that I didn't think to stop and celebrate graduating college after my 17-year journey in school. Luckily, my parents convinced me to go, and I'm happy I did. So quick tip, make sure to remember to celebrate your achievements and be proud of them. So how do we break free from this endless cycle of dissatisfaction? The good news is that you can break this cycle, but it's gonna take some shifts in how you think about success and fulfillment. Number one is to practice gratitude and mindfulness. Start by appreciating where you are and what you already have. It's easy to get caught up in what's next, but taking a moment to acknowledge how far you've come is really powerful. Number two is to set realistic goals. Instead of shooting for the stars every time, you can set smaller and more realistic goals. Focus on the progress and not just the destination. Make sure to celebrate each milestone no matter how small it is. And number three is to shift from external validation to internal satisfaction. Rather than constantly seeking approval or validation from others, you can focus on what really makes you happy. The external stuff will always leave you wanting more, but internal satisfaction is sustainable. Here's a story that can really help change your perspective. There's a video that I watch really often about a young Palestinian boy. I shed tears every time I see it. He was talking to a reporter and says that he traveled from far away by foot so he could get the food supply drops from airplanes. It makes me shed tears because I can walk downstairs and pick whatever food I want from the fridge, and if I don't want something from the fridge, I can get in my car and go to any restaurant that I want. But this young 8 or 9-year-old boy has to travel by foot in a war-torn area to get supply drops of food. And he spoke about his situation with a smile on his face the entire time. And he didn't pray for himself. He prayed for the people of his home country to be alleviated from their current situation, without complaining about his own situation a single time. With a perspective change like that, how can I not be satisfied with all the blessings that I have? When we practice gratitude and focus on what we already have, it shifts our mindset. Setting realistic goals and looking at our progress rather than chasing perfection can make enough feel truly fulfilling. And when you stop seeking external validation, you start realizing that inner peace is all you really need. Here's a summary that I hope you can take away from this video. We spoke about why nothing ever feels like enough and how societal pressures, constant comparisons, and the pursuit of perfection all contribute to that feeling. But by practicing gratitude, setting realistic goals, and focusing on internal satisfaction, you can finally feel like enough is enough. If this video gave you some insight into breaking the cycle of never enough, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe for more practical tips like this. And if you want to dive deeper, you can check out my last video right here.